out of here, punk! Man, shout out to that dude. Blue shirt hero. Not in our memorials. Several students who his class went home complained to their parents. Traumatized, witnessing on-camera death. We're all traumatized by it, man. We're not even 10, which they were forced to witness numerous times over. What a psycho.
I look down, I see his badge and it says doctor. And I said, you're a doctor? I said, how are you saying this as a doctor?
Crazy.
That someone deserved to die? I mean, to me, I was just mind blown.
An arrest in Arizona for this crazed individual who tried to destroy a Charlie Kirk memorial outside of the Turning Point headquarters. You can see this individual's name. The charges have not hit the docket yet, but they arrested him. It's called Ryder Corral. He was detained by witnesses, and the video on this was just really insane. And here is what it looked like from him. So he was in Arizona outside Turning Point, and you can see they've arrested him. But here, let me back up on this video a bit, and you can see he was just stomping through, and then they threw him down, and he was wearing the same shirt that the shooter was wearing. See that per the body cam. So the amazing heroes out at the scene said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. And they took him aside. The cops have now arrested him, and now he's being charged for stomping all over a Charlie Kirk memorial. And this is who we're talking about, okay? Like, they're not remorseful. This is a huge part of their party. We saw thousands and thousands of posts to this effect, and now he's been arrested. And so, you know, this is just one pea in a very big pod of lunatic lefties. But the background is he was arrested, going to be charged. This happened like yesterday, but trespassing and destroying at a Memorial Turning Point HQ in Phoenix on Monday morning. Phoenix police officers were directed to the man damaging the community memorial right in front of Turning Point USA HQ. If you're in Arizona, 48th Street and Beverly Road. Phoenix police say that officers were already in the area. The memorial was made by community members to remember the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk, co-founder of TPUSA, assassinated. Suspect was Ryder Corral, 19 years old, and was detained by witnesses until taken into custody, booked on multiple charges, including criminal damage. And here's what the Phoenix PD said about it. From September 14th, a man is in custody after trespassing onto the grounds of a private business and destroying a community memorial. On September 14th at approximately 9:50, officers were directed to a man who was seen damaging a community memorial at that location. Officers were in the area, and an updated media advisory will be sent out once this is booked. And here is more of that scene. So shout out to that dude in blue. Not taken kindly to it. Get out of here, punk! Man, shout out to that dude. Blue shirt hero. Not in our memorials. Right there. Look at that. Get down, you little punk. Get out of here. Man, I'd like to know who that dude is. Buy him a soda. That's what's happening. We also are seeing here other teachers are nuts. This teacher apparently showed 10 and 11-year-olds the assassination video. Some psycho teacher, okay, this is how nuts they are teaching our kids, says that Charlie deserved to die. And he showed the video to 10 and 11-year-olds. They're crazy, man. What do you do with these crazy people? A public teacher has been suspended after showing students as young as 10 in his class the assassination video. The teacher also suggested that Kirk deserved to be killed and gave the young students a speech about anti-fascism and trans issues. Several students who his class went home complained to their parents. Traumatized, witnessing on-camera death. We're all traumatized by it, man. We're not even 10, which they were forced to witness numerous times over. What a psycho. Here's the school. Corvette Junior public teacher was suspended. I mean, you know, you might charge him with that for child abuse. What is he doing? Watch this, little Robbie. Well, what is that? Parents subsequently reached out to school administrators. They're going to put him on leave, man. He should be maybe charged. Okay, I don't know what the parents think about that. The source added, while playing this video repeatedly over and over, he gave a speech to students about anti-fascism, anti-trans, and how Charlie Kirk deserved this. A letter was sent home on Friday to all students affected by the showing of the video, calling the teacher's behavior extremely troubling and completely disturbing and probably criminal. During class, students were said to have been shown a portion of a violent video in response to this, the letter said. Stated the video was allegedly shown to students in 5th and 6th grade, typically 10 and 11, by a staff member who was supervising a French immersion class and was not the regular teacher. Okay, so somebody from France? Arrest. The letter stated the video was allegedly shown to these individuals, just horrific. While an investigation must be conducted to learn the details, the report of this incident is extremely troubling. We recognize the seriousness of this matter and have taken all immediate steps to follow policies and procedure. Teacher been relieved of all duties pending the outcome, should be in jail. Assistance is being offered to any children traumatized by the incident. Yeah, traumatized. It's child abuse. I also want to assure you that our top priority is supporting the students. Social work support has been made available to the school. I'll be visiting the class with a member of our social work team to check in and see how the kids are doing after being abused by your school. Great job over there. And here was another one. So there is this mass outpouring of people who are rightfully concerned that their coworkers want them dead and may murder them. And students all over the country are popping off on videos, recording videos, thinking about it, scripting it, saying it, uploading it, takes a couple minutes to upload it, put a title in there, then you got to publish it, then you got to, watch it, leave the comment, hey, what's going on? And you're doing it intentionally, right? It is active. It's not a spontaneous utterance exactly in those cases. Now, they may use it as an excuse, being it's a spontaneous utterance, and even a spontaneous utterance has reliability to it, right? So if you pop off, you're like, Liz Cheney shot me, right? If you said that out loud, be like, oh, well, you're dying. It's excited utterance. There's some reliability to that. But a lot of the people on the left are just saying, no, it was like a mistake. It was like an excited utterance, like it was a mistake. I didn't mean to say that. And so there's, it's just kind of emotions got the better of me. It's like, well, we know how true it was, and it wasn't even spontaneous. It was actually plotted. You were intentionally creating this video and publishing it. Now, there's a reaction to that because people don't want to sit next to students who want them dead. People don't want to sit next to coworkers who think that they should be assassinated because they believe in free speech, or they don't think that teachers should transition your students away from you, stuff like that. So here's another one. So this was a nurse. Her name is called Lexi Kunzel, and she told Fox and Friends that she reported some other doctor, and then they suspended the doctor, but they also suspended her. How dare you report people in our organization? Here's what she said.
Are you fired?
No, I'm not fired as of right now. Right now, I am suspended indefinitely unpaid.
Why?
So I walked into the nurse's station and I just had learned about Charlie Kirk. I saw this guy. I didn't know who he was at the time, and he was standing there celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, saying how he deserved it. He hated
Sick.
Charlie Kirk, and he had it coming to him.
A doctor.
And
You love Charlie Kirk. You didn't just wear aware of him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Charlie Kirk. My first retweet in 2018 it was like my first blue checkmark retweet was
Nice.
Charlie Kirk.
Nice.
I was a couple years out of college and loved him ever since.
You're aghast at this, and what'd you say?
So I looked down at his badge because I didn't know, what job, if he was a doctor or a nurse, a
Never
tech,
saw him before.
never saw him before. I looked down, I see his badge and it says doctor, and I said, you're a doctor? I said, how are you saying this as a doctor?
Crazy.
That someone deserved to die? I mean, to me, I was just mind blown.
Mortified. So they suspended her because they're like, don't you report on our murderous doctors. If they don't like you, maybe they'll kill you too. Oh, this guy's a Republican. All right, we're going to give him this medicine instead, put that in there. Yeah. Enjoy voting with this inside you. What a psycho. Like literally psycho. He should lose his license for wanting people of political persuasions to die for their politics. How can you trust him to be a doctor anywhere? He should be named and shamed, and he shouldn't be hired anywhere. And this doctor, this nurse, should be elevated for calling out sick people. Like, his job is to save lives, man. If he was there, would he have rendered aid to Charlie, or would he just let him bleed out? Because we know the answer to that, and he shouldn't be anywhere near caring for anybody. Because what happens if they're a Republican? What happens if they don't want transgender ideology shoved down their throats? You should kill them too? Psychos are out there, and it's like becoming a broken record. We're going to be watching a lot of this over the foreseeable future, but they're doubling down on it, and then they're going to come out and lecture us about, have conversations with these people. Here was another one from a senator called Melissa Melendez. She shared this, said, if someone tells you Republicans need to tone it down, then why don't you show them this? That this is a time to unite and come together. Just show them this document, okay? And tell them to shove it. Unity is not possible with people who would laugh and dance on your grave, okay? This is Stan Democrats. So this is Stanislaus County. So they write this in response. Lisa Talbot is her name. She says, I learned today that the Stanislaus County Republican Party is holding a vigil for Charlie Kirk and had extended an invitation to the Democratic Party, us, as a gesture of unity. Okay? Republican Party, why don't you come join us, okay? We're going to honor a dead person. Can you just set aside your insanity for 2 seconds? No. As chair of Stan Dems, I respect the intention behind organizing an event to denounce political violence and to promote unity during such turbulent times when your side killed our side. However, we respectfully decline participation. We cannot, in good conscience, attend an event that centers on Charlie Kirk, given his associations with fascist ideology. Okay, so again, fascist, that's why they killed him. While we do not wish to participate in honoring him, I want to be unequivocal in affirming that we believe that all forms of political violence are unacceptable. Not really, you don't. And that escalating political tensions only harms our communities and our democracy. Well, why don't you come together with the Republicans and put your money where your mouth is? I appreciate the spirit. I hope that there are future opportunities to collaborate without elevating figures whose legacies are deeply at odds with those values. That's from the Democrats in California.